we're going to go from a separation to connection and inspiration. So we have the Five of Voices, the Five of Swords. We are feeling separate here. We're working with the mind. Okay, but we're going to come together through food. We're going to have an activation through food. And this has to do with what we pick at the table, because what we pick at the table is connected to our pineal gland. And we need to work with our pineal gland in order to come together, because we're coming together within. We're healing within. This is the Seven of Wands. We're going to act on this healing. We're going to act on healing from separateness. And we're going to understand that life is going to help put us back together. And we're going to push through the other side. This, of course, Five of Voices, is connected to the Five of Emotions. Our sorrows. The ice. It's feeling icy within, right? That's very good symbolization. But the Luna is pulling us forward. She's literally in our hurt, with our hurt. This is the feminine. This is the alchemy of the cups. This is working with Scorpio. This is being able to use this energy, our emotions, to get us to where we're going as fuel. We're going to cleanse the toxicity, and we're going to burn off that toxicity as fuel. And that is healing. That is allowing transformation. This is allowing metamorphosis. This is not carrying your victim templates forward. So here we're connecting to the Three of Inspiration. We're going to work with the masculine, the father, and the mother, the water element, water, fire. We're going to go from the Five of Emotions to the Three of Inspiration through within. We're going to use the Hermit, and we're going to analyze connection. The Nine of Inspiration. And the Nine of Inspiration is where we're going to understand connection. And this is connected to one of our last messages, where we understand our connection from the 10 of Wands to the 9 of Wands. But here we've let go of 8 wands. We have 1 in our hand. We're charging our car here. Remember, the 8 of Wands is enough energy to start a car. We're charging our car here. We found we're restoring balance. This is it's picking our flame. It's picking our vitality. It's picking healing. It's picking healing from this. This does not feel good. This does not feel good within. This is causing the conflict within. What is this connected to, this conflict within? Well, we know. The Five of Voices is connected to the Three of Voices. This is where we are within. We are hurt, we are wounded, we are in pain. Our wounds have cracked us open and connected us to the light. We are in alchemy with the light. But we are at, the walking wounded. And we're going to heal those wounds. And those wounds are connected to the devil, where we're having our energy. We're not puppets anymore. We're having a metamorphosis. We're having a transformation of the center with the center. And we remember that this center here is connected to the Six of Cups. Healing from the lust, healing from the hunger, healing from that empty hole that we're constantly giving our energy up to creating the joy. And that means being in joy. We are in joy here, because we've restored connection through the center with innocence. We've healed from the space, and it has to do with our Five of Wands charge. And I love it in this deck. That's why it's being represented in this deck, the Five of Inspiration, because it starts with sacral chakra healing. We're going to heal with the sacral, and that's our connection to what we're working with, and the patch tarot there does a fabulous job of this, where we've got with the masculine, we're working with the sacral, and the feminine, we're working with the throat, and we're going to heal everything in between. And then some, right? But this is about reflections. This is all about what's being reflected back to you in order to heal. And this has to do with creation. This has to do with addiction. This has to do with our connection to creation and our energy. Healing from feeding our impulses in an unhealthy, unbalanced way. And the whole goal is to go from this space to this space. And we know that we've been working with the lotus. So we've activated this, everyone. We've activated this. This has been activated, and this is what they're sharing with me. And this is what's being activated with this solar eclipse in Gemini. This is just spectacular imagery. I love it. The Muse has done a fabulous job. Thank you to the Muse Tarot. And this is where we are activating with what's new. This is building anew. And we are working with building anew with the masculine. And this has to do with the creation of the harmony, the music, the symphony, the motion. The motion in the ocean, right? Ooh, guys, that's connected to our water and the vitality of our water, the motion in the ocean. We are working with the Knight of Emotions here because remember, this is about our shell. This is about a balanced Fibonacci sequence and spiral in the creation of this shell. So we're not all coming out with these mangled shells. And this is the shell of protection. This offers us protection for our energy with the feminine through the feminine. This offers us healing, and my counter just said 7-11, so wow. Okay. This is connected to the 10 of Emotions and the patterning. Look at that mandala. And we're coming together in order to create that mandala through the lotus. This is our connection to the patterning of the lotus. This is the Lovers and the 10 of Emotions, the 10 of Cups coming together in order to create this mandala. This is patterning. This patterning is on point because we found the center. We healed with the center. We healed with the innocence. We healed with the child. We heal with the children. This is where we understand that we've healed with life and we're ready to move on with life. We're ready to play again. We're ready to be safe again. We're ready to create in this beautiful world that we are creating. And it's flourishing from within to without. It's flourishing from within to without. And we have to be gentle with ourselves and remember that we're healing. We're going from here to here. We're unbalanced here, but it's happening through the table, and we are going to get a message off of this. Because this is where we are allowing the child to help us to heal from where we've been in lack of. With the 5 of Pentacles here, we've just been wanting to find the key to go through that door. We've been feeling so unsupported with life, with where we're going with our templates, but the key is to go within and stop looking without and go within and let that child create with mom and dad. And look at what's happening here. It's like mom and dad are support as the child weaves the patterning. And this is why we're doing all this work with the restoration of innocence and healing from lust and greed and all the lower vibrational things we came in to heal on mission work, to allow the children to feel safe to create again and to be in spaces safe enough to create again and honor innocence, honor what this means. And this is our connection to life. This is expanding with the Fibonacci sequence, the universal expansion of life, where we're there for life, where we've restored the connection to life and what's all of life. And yeah, we do have to look out for the weaker, what we would consider weaker species, but we all know that that's just perception, right? That's dominance. That's not truth. And we're honoring that because We are now expanding. This is what's happening to us as we let this child create within self. And we all are united as one because we've restored connection as we build this new patterning. Look at what we're doing with self. Look at how we're blossoming with self. Okay? And it is connected to, of course, the Six of Cups, the 5th house. The power of love. But it's all about taking a gamble. It's all about taking a risk, guys. We're going to have to, with the trust of a child. With the trust of a child. Fun, romance, and making art. We're going to do it dramatically. And that means we're going to do it with a little flair. Don't get all up in, you know, these old templates of we're going to tear this apart. No, no, no. This ain't that kind of drama. Okay? This is like we're going to get creative and play. Maybe we're going to make a play. I don't know. The power of love, investment, gambles, and other games, and your creation. But this is where we understand we came here to play. Don't twist it. Just untwist it, right? Because playing games can mean a lot of things and a lot of bad things. My counter just said 1111. This means something. We're gonna expand off this because we know we're working with Venus and the feminine, the moon, and Venus. This is working with Taurus, right? We know that we're working with Taurus because Taurus is where we started grounding all of this new patterning. Like we amped it up. We amped it up. And this is where we're entering the garden. The feminine is helping us to enter the garden to heal. We remember we're entering alone. And we're going to expand with everything that we need to go forth here and continue to build new earth. But we must remember this has to do with watering our garden and how we nourish our body care, tenderness, and rest. And remember back here where we're healing from separation? Well, let's go here first. Let's remember that this is where we're in the cocoon, okay? We're in the cocoon and we're healing from separation through food. So while we're in this cocoon, we're going to feed ourselves with love. We're going to feed our body the nourishment it needs, the tenderness, the rest, the kindness. This is about our best transformation. So we need to do this within. Remember, this is about the flourishment of this space. This space needs to flourish right now. We need to water this garden. And this is connected to working with the mother and actually working with water and working with high vibe water. We're going to expand off that more as time goes on. We're going to expand off of recipes and, you know, where we're going next. We're going to start talking about some more of these things here. So we're working with our shell here, our expansion through the 9. We know, and the 9 is connected to the 4. We're going to harvest because we're going to heal from the masculine fighting one another. Remember, this is the sun and Mars. Okay? This is dad and son. And they've been fighting for far too long. We're going to heal through this. And this was connected to Sagittarius and Capricorn. So we're restoring balance. Through what? Through putting down those wands and getting a recharge, getting a rest, honoring the feminine in the garden. We're going to get back to the garden. Something's going to happen here and we're going to heal from the 5 of materials. Where this is connected to the harmony. We're not in harmony here. And we know how this feels. Let's see what's happening here because it's connected to this. We're going to go here. Black Moon astrology cards. And guys, everything's going to be pretty much real and raw in a lot of this stuff today. We're honoring healing. We're honoring the real rawness right now. Oh, guys, picked up a card. You saw that, right? What is it? This is what's being offered in Gemini season. Six of Pentacles. The twins coming together, united. The restoration of balance. The restoration of innocence. The children are leading the way in this expansion now. The children are leading the way in this expansion. What is being activated? I love you all so much. I love you all so much. I sang for you guys. How many of you guys just pressed mute? Okay. Ooh, let's go. Let's go. Okay. Ooh, you know what? We're gonna just come up. So apparently when I was moving the camera, I stopped recording it. And okay, so I'm gonna show you guys what happened, and then we're gonna see. Guys, this is not the moment where I wanted it to do this. So of course, the North Node, the life's purpose, landed right out here. And then there was Leo, I will, and Neptune sacrifice. And so our life's purpose, our 10 of Cups, is helping us to face our shadows, expand with our true self. We're connecting to ancient knowledge and wisdom. And there's a big activation with Leo season. We know that. And it's helping us to sacrifice, excuse me, what we need to sacrifice. But it's connected to finding our way in the dark. Yod, destiny, the path that we did not think we were taking was the path that activated us. And this is where we see through the dark, and it's connected to Uranus. But you know what? I'm not, guys, I'm really sad, and I'm trying to transmute all these emotions because I can't believe that did not record. That I did that, but yes I can, because this is how it goes down. So we're gonna just do this again. We're gonna work with our routine. And there it is. The 6th house, our routine, our desires, the fire element. Remember, this is the shape we need to make when we're working with body. We're in inaction in order to see the patterns that we need to see to restore self, expand with self. Remember, we have the square, the masculine, the circle, the feminine. We've come together here in order to create, and we're creating within the womb. And we're going to access those 13 spheres of knowledge, our connection to the feminine, and expand through the womb of creation. It's all on point to the messages in the book. But we're working with our body, the 6th house, our daily routine. This is our habits. This is our, we're habitual. These are our habits. So we're working with the masculine, and we know we've been in inaction. We've been healing with the masculine because we're fixing communication. And we know that fire and air are working together, sun and dad, in order to help us to make the connections we need to make and heal the masculine, so that we can create our alignments and be blessed. And then this, look, I want you to see. Sun and dad are working together. We're working it out. We're balancing what we need to balance between the fire and the air, because we are healing to expand, to see what we need to see, this active charge within the mind. So we need to see it in order to, so we know how to apply the action to it to act. We have to see it first. This has to do with how we communicate. And right now it has to do with how we communicate our desires. And this is working with, the flame is now working with the mind. They're balancing, they've restored balance in order to help us to, now we've got the negative tetrahedron, the feminine, and we can pull together the positive tetrahedron. And now look, we've created the octahedron, right? We have the shapes that we need to make in order to be balanced and work with love, restore connection. And we do so the 10th house, and we're working with the 10th house, a Capricorn. This is where we know the devil. And we know the devil, and we're ready to expand. And we are ready to expand with love. And this was activated with the lunar eclipse. Change. All right, guys, let's get this cleaned up and get to the next part of our messages and expand off this. Thank you guys for being here. See you at our next part.